What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have some really exciting news about Nano Dimension and their mission to tackle the space industry. So I've been exploring the world of Nano Dimension for a couple months now, and just over time I've been getting a lot better at putting the puzzle pieces together. I came across a couple comments in the comment section that really piqued my interest a whole lot, especially when it regards using Nano Dimension's technology with anything regarding space, potentially SpaceX, or just a whole bunch of other possibilities in space. So I did want to bring up this comment by Peter Richardson. He says, defense contractor L3 Harris ordered RF antenna to be printed by Nano Dimension and supplied it to SpaceX, and it went up on the rocket. No joke, that's all true. I asked him if it was from the webinar. I wasn't sure where he would see this. I found out in a Zoom call I was having with Nano Dimension about making circuit boards for a startup company that I have going. He mentioned that they sent up an RF antenna on SpaceX rocket, but that at some point I will be ordering circuit boards for his device. Okay, so he's saying that he has experience with this because he was already involved with Nano Dimension for some kind of printed circuit board for his own use. And I did some more research into this. I wasn't sure if Peter, I'm not saying you're lying or anything, but I do have to fact check you. I want to make sure that what you're saying makes sense, which it does. I did a little bit of Google searching, and I came across this press release on their website, and I ended up stumbling across a partnership between Nano Dimension and Florida's Harris Corp. And for you guys that don't know what Harris does, Harris Corporation is an American technology company, defense contractor, and information technology services provider that produced wireless equipment, tactical radios, electronic systems, and a whole bunch of other things to defense and commercial sectors. So essentially, these guys just have a lot of relationships where this kind of technology could be used. So essentially, I cross-referenced this article from the International Space Station, will test 3D printed materials in orbit, with the press release on Nano Dimension's website. And I think what better source than Nano Dimension's website, because, this is them. So Nano Dimension, a leading additive electronics provider, today announced it has received a grant approval from the Israel Innovation Authority for developing hardware in cooperation with Harris Corporation that will fly on the International Space Station and communicate with Harris's ground-based satellite tracking station in Florida. This project will provide a systematic analysis of 3D printed materials for radio frequency space systems, especially for nano satellites. The total approved budget for this Israel portion of the project was $416,000. According to the terms of the grant, Nano Dimension will pay royalties on future sales up to the full grant amount. During this one-year project, both companies will optimize the designs of the 3D printing process and RF components and prepare a system for the flight studies at the International Space Station. In this project, the companies will pioneer the first-of-a-kind spaceflight experiment that will fly in space at low Earth orbit for 1 year on the ISS, or International Space Station, helping to understand how 3D printed circuits, systems, and materials will endure in various space environments. So they just want to see how well these 3D printed materials can last in space, and if they can be applied for more long-term missions. This product will demonstrate the innovative methods for manufacturing new RF systems. Until now, manufacturing of RF systems have remained static for the last 30 years. So for 30 years, literally nothing has changed with improving this sector of space travel. Nothing has really changed with manufacturing these systems for satellites. And I think that just pretty much puts Nano Dimension in such a good spot to innovate in this sector of the industry that it really boggles my mind that how no one really sees this right now. So you just have to connect more dots, and I found yet another blog on their website. And this article is actually from a year prior to this. So the articles and all the things I'm bringing up to you right now are from last year, but this is back in 2018. So they already had a goal in mind to tackle the space industry. Additive manufacturing addresses aerospace innovation requirements. It's not by chance that additive manufacturing, or 3D printing, is making its way into aerospace. Using 3D printing for aircraft and spacecraft components, prototyping can help firms address some of the key pain points hindering innovation and product development. So really, this is just going to be, what are the benefits of using additive manufacturing for sending things into space? And this is particularly end-use parts that are going to end up in space for a really long time. So they need strong and lightweight materials. They're going to need complex components and more functional parts. So as they get more complex, the manufacturing process in the past would generally be a lot more costly, but at least now with their technology, this could be a lot cheaper to produce. The time and cost reduction of this is actually really big. So I had this other blog post open as well. I'm not even sure if this is a blog post. This is just a website about nano satellites. But nano satellites versus conventional satellites. So with nano satellites, which I think is going to be very plausible for Nano Dimension printers to print out, they're going to be a lot smaller in size. It's going to be a lot cheaper to produce and a lot shorter development time in terms of. So this website has not taken Nano Dimension into mind at all. I don't think this article is even that new to begin with, but they're saying that in the past, it took between 5 and 15 years to identify the need and place it in the right orbit. So it took that long just to really solve a problem that should have been solved a lot faster than that. And with whatever this company is doing, they're seeing less than 8 months. I personally think whatever they're doing is not going to be anywhere close to what Nano Dimension is going to have the capability of doing. Now that goes to say that it doesn't mean they're going to be beat out of the market or anything. I just think that really Nano Dimension is going to have the upper hand here when it comes to prototyping for technologies like a nano satellite. So now just keep in mind that Nano Dimension is just now starting to get the eye of big institutions and even really large defense contractors like L3 Harris. So it's just a matter of time before they actually start to realize some of these innovations and actually put a lot more things in space. I think we're going to start to see a lot more startups in the space industry, and we're definitely going to see a lot more people leaning towards Nano Dimension and their technology to prototype. SpaceX is reducing the cost to go into space, and Nano Dimension is reducing the cost to prototype electronics. So imagine mixing that with prototyping electronics such as a nano satellite. So it is definitely possible that they're going to end up using their technology for things like this. And that's not the limitation of Nano Dimension's technology. That is just one sector that they're going to be able to target. But I think when it does get out to the public eye that Nano Dimension is doing work with L3 Harris, it's flying on a SpaceX rocket, it's going to end up partnering with all these different big companies, that it's definitely, there's going to, I think we could see some kind of FOMO in the near future. I'm not really sure, but I'm just saying that once this does get in the public eye, you better believe a lot of people are going to be watching this. That's my case in point here, is that Nano Dimension has multiple applications. It's not just printed circuit boards. You can literally print 3D technologies of any kind. Imagine printing some like glasses that, you know, you could like play music through it and all you need is a 3D printer. That would be insane, right? That's probably one of the possibilities with a Nano Dimension printer. So definitely don't sleep on this company. I say that way too much, but I mean it. Don't sleep on them. But anyways, that sums up the point of this video. Nano Dimension has the capabilities to partner with space programs. So definitely keep that in mind. I want to remind you that a stock's price and a stock's intrinsic value are not correlated at all most of the time. So right now I feel like we are ahead of the curve in terms of potential intrinsic value versus what we're paying for right now in the stock market. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching so much. If you liked what you were watching, go ahead and hit that like button, and you should even consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to hit that bell notification to get notified when I make videos just like this one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.